parallel and perpendicular. Okay, number 1 says write the equation of a line that is parallel to the graph of y equals 1/2 x plus 6 with a y-intercept of -2. Okay? So the first thing I want you to do is circle parallel because that's the key word in this one, parallel. What does parallel mean from yesterday? Same what? Good, same slope. So parallel means same slope. When I look at this right here, what is the slope of this line? Good, 1/2. So I'm going to put m equals 1/2. Please do that. M equals 1/2. And then you're going to cross this out. The only thing you need from it is the slope. So cross that line out after you get the m. Otherwise, you'll get confused, okay? I'm telling you from experience, mark that out. So m is 1/2. It said to write the equation of a line. What's the formula for the equation of a line? Very good. Y equals mx plus b. Remember that you need your milk and your brownies to write your equation. What does m stand for? Slope, which we have. What's the slope? 1/2. What does b stand for? Y-intercept. Look, they already gave it to us in this one. Okay? So the answer is y equals... For m, I'm going to put in 1/2. What do you always need to put next to that? X, good. And then what goes in for b? -2. So that's your answer to number 1. Okay? You might have a question on number 1. Number 2, write the equation of a line that's perpendicular to the graph of y equals 1/2 x plus 6, whose y-intercept is 0, -2. Mary, what do I want you to do first? Very good. Circle perpendicular. James, what does perpendicular mean to do? The what? The slope. So, Allison, what was the slope of this line? When you flip and change it, what does it become? Very good. -2/1. So I'm going to cross it out. After I flip and change it, I'm going to cross it out. Okay? Caitlin, what does it mean by the equation of a line? What's that formula? Good. Y equals mx plus b. Gavin, do I have the m? Do I have the b? Yep. So I can go ahead and fill it in. So m is slope. So my slope is -2/1. I'm just going to put -2. You can put over 1 if you want. I'm going to put an x beside it. B is your y-intercept. And in this one, they were really nice, and they told us the y-intercept was -2. Remember, the 0 doesn't matter. That's just because the word intercept is there. Yes, Caitlin? Number 3, line A is parallel to line B and passes through -3, 2. If the equation of the graph of line B is y equals 3x plus 10, which is the equation of line A? Neve, what's something up here that we can do? Help me with the first step. What's something important? Good. Circle parallel. Circle, circle. Let's make a circle. Circle parallel. Okay. Julius, what does parallel mean? Good. And Levi, what slope have they, where's the slope in the problem? Very good. The slope is 3x. Do we see that? That's where the slope comes from right here. So I'm going to put m equals 3, and then I'm going to cross out the rest of that. You'll never use the 10, okay? You won't ever use the 10. So m is 3. All right. Stephanie, how do we get the equation of a line? What formula do we have to use? Good. All right, guys, on this problem, did they give us the y-intercept? No, they gave us a point, x and y. So this one we have to do a little different, okay? Louis, what's going to go in for y, you think? What number? 2. Very good. So he's getting that from right here. 2 goes in for y. Zach, what goes in for m? +3, because it parallel means to keep it the same, okay? Sarah, what goes in for x? So m is your slope. M is slope. and then plus b, okay? All right, this one, y'all know how to do this. We've been doing it for 2 days. Multiply, parentheses first. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. Drop down your 2. When I move negative 9 over here, it becomes positive 9. So I get 11 equals b, okay? I don't think I typed the multiple choice questions on your paper so you can look up on the board. Andrew, what is the answer? A, B, C, or D? D. Okay, so that's your B and that's your M. M is 3 and the B is 11. So that one's D. Okay. Any questions? All right. Number 4, which is the graph of the line that passes through negative 3, 2 and is perpendicular to y equals 3x plus 7? Rebecca, what should I do first? What word should I circle though? What does perpendicular mean to do, Rebecca? Yep. So what happens when I flip that? What do I get? And should it be positive or negative? Good. So my M is negative 1/3. Guys, what do I want you to do after you write down the M? Mark out this equation. This always confuses people. If you'll mark it out, you can't get confused. Okay? All right, Elizabeth, what formula are we doing next? Good. Okay. Julius, what's going to go in for Y? Good. Julius, what goes in for M? And, yep. And for X? Negative 3. Okay. Draw my line. Do parentheses first. Negative times a negative is a positive. You get positive 1 right here. Positive 1, when it moves over here, becomes a negative 1. So you get 1 equals B. Once again, this one is multiple choice. I just didn't take the time to type out all the answers for you. So Louis, look at your answer choices, A, B, C, or D. B. Okay. So this is your M, negative 1/3, and this is your B, positive 1. Okay. Y equals negative 1/3 X plus 1. Okay. Anybody have a question? All right, number 5, write the equation that's parallel to y equals 2x minus 7 through 3, 4. Okay, so I hope everybody circled parallel. What does parallel mean? Same slope. So which one of these numbers is the slope? So I'm going to write m equals 2. I hope you did that on your paper. I want you to do that. M equals 2. And then I cross that out. All right, y equals mx plus b is my next step. 4 goes in for y. 2 goes in for m. 3 goes in for x, and then I put plus b. Draw my line. 2 times 3 is? And when you move 6 over here, it becomes negative 6. So you get negative 2 equals b. Negative 2 equals b. Stephanie, how would you write your final answer with your m and your b? Good. Okay. Did anybody get that right on their own? Oh, wow. Very good. Okay. Y'all are on it today. Okay. Number 6. Line Q passes through 6, 4, and it's perpendicular to the graph of y equals negative 2/3 x plus 15. What's the equation of line Q? Rebecca, what do I want you to do first? Good. And Sarah, what does perpendicular mean? Flip and change. What am I flipping and changing, Sarah? Which number? Yep. And what does it become? Positive 3/2. Good. Close though. Okay. And then I cross that out. So make sure you have that written on your paper. M equals 3/2. Neve, what formula am I doing next? Allison, what goes in for Y? Very good. What goes in for M, Allison? What goes in for X? And I put plus B. Okay. All right, I multiply next. Parentheses have to be done first. Multiply those, you get 9. What do you have to do with 9 next? Move it and make it what? Negative. So you get negative 5 equals B. Okay. Let's see. Levi, look at your answer choices up here. What would be the answer? B. It's got to be positive 3 over 2. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Number 7. Write the equation that is parallel to negative 7x minus 3 equals 3 through 9, negative 7. All right, guys, this one has something a little different. What happens here? Is the slope negative 7? Is the slope of this line negative 7? No. What do you have to do in this class when you see something like this? Draw your line and circle Y. Draw my line and circle Y. Okay? So what's moving to the other side? And it becomes positive 7x. And then I have to divide. What am I dividing by? Negative 3. Okay? All right, so Mary, what is the slope of my line? Slope is always with the, so 7 over negative 3 is my slope. Andrew, what's the key word in this question? And head up. Elizabeth, what does parallel mean to do? Same slope or flip and change? All right, so what did we say the slope was? So that's going to stay the same, 7 over negative 3. You can put the negative on top or bottom. It doesn't matter, okay? So my slope is 7 over negative 3. James, what am I going to do from here? Into y equals mx plus b. Zach, what goes in for y? All right, what goes in for m? There you go. It's negative. And what goes in for x? What? Okay. All right, Zach, what do you do from here? You haven't done it yet? Is it 21? All right. And then, Zach, what do I do next? Okay. Oops, 21. All right, you get positive 14. And Zach, help me with one more step right in the final answer with your m and your b. It'd be y equals what? Yep. X plus 14. Good. Okay. All right, flip it over. I think we got 4 problems on the back. Number 8. What is the slope-intercept form of the linear equation with the graph that passes through 3, negative 5, and is perpendicular to the graph of the following equation? Gavin, what word should we circle? What does that mean? Yep. And Gavin, what else do we have to do on this problem? How do we find the m from this? Good. Keep going, Gavin. Minus 2 becomes? Then what? Okay, so which part of that was the m? 2 over 3, and then it said perpendicular, right? So what will your new m be? Good, thank you, Gavin. Okay, and then, guys, you can mark all that out. You don't need it anymore once you get your m, okay? All right, Caitlin, what are we doing from there? Good. Yep, what goes in for y? And m? And x plus b. Okay. All right, Rebecca, what do I do next? All right, this one I think you get a fraction. All right, so make it math enter, make it -9/2 because that's what it's going to look like on the exam that you have to take the EOC. So do math enter. Then I'm going to plus 9/2. So in your calculator, you just use the divide sign for a fraction, and it knows what to do, okay? All right, so type in -5 plus 9/2. Andrew, calculator. And what are we getting? -1/2 is your B, okay? Gavin, A, B, C, or D? A. Okay. So you're gonna have to use math enter on these. Okay. All right. Number 9. All right. So I hope you circled parallel. I hope you drew your line and circled y minus your 9x. Do you divide by +3 or -3? Positive. Parallel means same slope. Which one of these numbers is the slope? -9/3. I saw several papers that left it like this, and that's okay, but if it's a multiple choice question, they're going to simplify that. What is 9 divided by 3? 3. So on a multiple choice question, they're going to have -3 instead of -9/3. Okay? All right. Y equals mx plus b is your next step. -4 goes in for y, -3 for m, -1 for x. Multiply these, you get +3. When you move it over here, it's negative, so you get -7 equals B. All right? So try to catch yourself from making that same mistake over and over. So my answer, y equals, Allison, what would your final answer be? Y equals, good. Y equals -3x plus 7. Okay. 2 more. Stick with me. I know you're tired. I know it's boring. We got 2 more. You can power through it. 10 says, what is the equation of a line perpendicular to MN? Andrew, what should I do first? Good. What does perpendicular mean? Anybody? Flip and change the what? Slope. What do you think I need to know about this graph? What does perpendicular mean? Flip and change the what? Slope. What do you think I need to know about this graph? What the slope is. So I got 2 points here. How do you find the slope of a graph? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. And then you have to be careful. I still have to do perpendicular. I still haven't done that. All I've done is found the slope. So what does 2 become? -1/2. Remember, you got to put a 1 underneath it. So it becomes -1/2. All right, Gavin, what's wrong with my answer choices? Louis, what's wrong with my answer choices? Neve, what's wrong with my answer choices? They're not in y equals form. So I got to draw my line. Gavin, what would you do on A to solve it? All right, and then what would you do? Divide by -1. So guys, what's -2 divided by -1? -2 divided by -1. +2. Is that what we want? No. Andrew, we're almost done. I don't care. Keep your head up. B. Levi, help me solve it. Then what? All right, so negative divided by negative is A, and we want it to be negative, so B doesn't work. Louis, help me with C. Does this one give me -1/2? Yes, so C works. C is the answer. Is it? Sorry. All right, and the last one, number 11, a line segment has endpoints M and N, which is the equation of a line perpendicular to MN. Let me have Julius. What should I do? Thank you. Elizabeth, what's perpendicular mean? What? Yep, flip and change the slope. So, Zach, what do you think I have to do before I can flip and change the slope? Yep, how do I find the slope of M and N? The other formula. Good. Y minus Y over X minus X. Stephanie, what do you get when you do Y minus Y and X minus X? All right, so the slope is negative 5 over 3. Caitlin, what do I have to do with negative 5 over 3? Sarah, do you know what I have to do with negative 5 over 3? Very good. That's the thing that is really easy to forget. You do all this work, and then you forget to flip and change it. All right, so what does negative 5 over 3 flip and change to? Positive 3 over 5. Okay? So, Mary, look at my answer choices. Which one would be correct? C. Okay.